Here with Tre Johnson, Texas freshman, top 5 projected pick in the 2025 NBA draft, averaged 19.9 points per game at Texas last year. Tre, thanks for joining me, man.
Appreciate you for having me, for sure.
How would you describe your game to somebody who's never watched you play?
I'd say a playmaker, also a scorer, though. I can make plays for others, but also score for myself. That's kind of one way I describe it.
I mean, I feel like with you, like if I asked an NBA scout that, to be like score, bucket getter, and you say playmaker first. Why is that?
Yeah, I can score, but I also use my scoring just to make plays. Because somebody got to help, and somebody's going to be open, so I also use it just to make plays.
And I feel like with you, like at Texas, your primary role was to score. But when you watch, Tre Johnson at Link Academy, you see more passing, more creation for others. Do you think that's fair to say with like the differential in your role and responsibilities?
Yeah, I just felt for that Link Academy team, I had to take a step back from scoring and just facilitate to help make others better or help make others impact the game. Because my junior year coming back, I was averaging like 20 something and then go to Lincoln average 15. I wouldn't even shoot the same amount of shots, but I just was doing what's best for the team for sure.
Who was on that Link Academy team with you?
LeBaron Filon, Jasper Johnson, Jalen Shelley, James Brown, Andre Iguodala Jr.
Andre Iguodala Jr., all these second generation players, crazy.
Yeah, we had TJ. We had a lot of great guys. T.O., Brandon Benjamin. We had a lot of great players.
These are good players. I mean, Filon could be a first-round pick, or we'll see if he goes back to Bama as well. But this week at the Combine,
he actually just announced he's not going back to Bama.
He's not going back. He announced that.
I just saw that today.
Wow. I mean, you got like Boogie Flan going to Florida. Like,
he's going to Florida?
Yeah, he's going to Florida.
I did not see that.
Yeah. So
that's a good
we're breaking
move.
news to each other.
Yeah.
We're like Shams and Woj.
But they hate each other.
They do. We like each other.
Yeah.
At least so far.
Yeah.
Maybe in the NBA, I might say something critical of you, and you'd be like, this guy.
Nah.
It might happen. Who knows? But, I mean, I love your game then, because I think with you, like I said, you're clearly a bucket getter. You're one of the best shooters in this whole draft class, if not the best, with what you do off the dribble, the movement shooting, the way Texas ran you off of movement actions. Like, clearly you're undeniably an elite three-point shooter. That goes without saying. But I think the reason why teams have you like likely top 5 pick is because of all the other stuff. It's because of the creation ability and your ability as a passer. And so with you, I'm curious, like when you project your game forward into the years to come in the NBA, like how do you see your role? Like, because so many teams use multiple ball handlers.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself as one of those guys who's an engine of a team, or like someone who's like sharing the rock and playing different roles because of your shooting ability?
I feel like it could go either way. I feel like also being used as a two-way more as I get into my career for sure. But just like either way, whatever the team needs to win, it could also just change night to night.
What was your most clutch shot this season of the many that you had?
I don't know. I actually don't know. It depends on what games we won. I had a few clutch ones in the A&M game coming back at the house. That's probably one. Towards the end, big man flipped it back to me. Not even a big man. I ain't gonna say that about Kent. Stretch guard. Tossed the ball to me. That shot.
Every big wants to be a guard nowadays.
No, he's actually a guard though. I just said big man because he's bigger than me. But yeah, he had tossed it to me and I just made a shot. I think it was like the tie it or cut it to one or something like that. That's probably a big shot.
And you measured, speaking about size, 6'4" and 3/4, height, and your wingspan 6'10" and 1/4. So good length.
Yeah.
Okay, good size. How do you assess your current defensive ability right now?
It's up and down right now. Just playing through injuries and stuff. That's kind of how I looked at it. But I'm looking at it I'm looking at it without the injuries though. Like I'm looking at it over the course of the season, how I guarded different guys and stuff like that. It's not bad, but wanting to play defense is the right step. Most people don't want to play it, so I've been taking the right steps forward.
I mean, I feel like that's the interesting thing with you is like you bring intensity to the floor. Like you bring emotion. Clearly, like you cheer for your teammates, you get fired up yourself. I think there's like a level of care and buy-in that guys like that, like sometimes the defense, even if, like in my opinion, even if a guy defends like at an average or even poor level at college, if they clearly care Like,
Yeah.
odds are that guy's going to figure out and become the best they can on defense in the NBA. And like, likely you're not going to be some, high usage guy as a rookie. Your
Yeah.
coach is going to ask you to play defense in
For
order to
sure.
get minutes,
Yeah, most definitely. And that's a one way to get on the court. So I'm for sure something I'm gonna have to do.
Who would you compare yourself to, either current or former NBA players?
I kind of like the Ray Allen comparison growing up. I used to get that one a little often. And then going back and actually watching Ray Allen when he was in his prime and his younger with Milwaukee, I actually like that comparison.
The young Ray Allen is what comes to mind for me as like, like a high end comparison for you,
Yeah.
because it's like young Ray Allen, explosive, get into the basket. He could score from mid range. He could facilitate. It's not like Boston, Miami Ray Allen where
Yeah.
he takes a back seat. It's like to win games and all that. But with Ray Allen, I think like the at rim finishing ability was like an underrated like skill for him when he was the best shooter in the league,
Yeah.
or one of the best shooters. With you, how do you assess your current at rim finishing ability, and where do you need to get better at when it comes to driving to the cup?
They want me to dunk more. And I feel like the combine just showed like I knew everybody, like, if you know me and you see me like work out or whatever, I'm athletic. But I feel like the combine just showed it to everybody that I'm athletic. So they want me to finish and try to dunk more at the rim. I finished pretty solid at the rim. It's just more about getting there and getting to the free throw line is more a biggest thing to me.
I have your stats here. I think you finished in the half court 46% on layups.
Yeah, it could
Not
be
a great
better.
number.
Not a great number.
Why was it low?
I don't know. Go back and watch. I could tell you. But just overall,
Think it's shot selection a little bit. Like you're having to shoot more. Like, and you can't pick and
it
choose?
possibly could have been that. It possibly could have been that. But it was something I was working on for sure. But I did shoot a lot of shots.
When it comes to at rim finishing in the NBA, like who do you think is the best at rim finishers in the league? Who are the guys you'll try to watch to figure out how they score inside?
Kyrie's probably the best in the paint finisher. Darius Garland. A lot of great finishes in the NBA are smaller guards. Guards have been having to deal with that since they was young, having to worry about finishing over taller defenders. So guys like Darius Garland and Kyrie have great touch around the rim. So those are two guys.
For you, like, because of your size, did it become more of a thing at the college level than the high school level for you?
What you mean?
Like, I mean, for you, was it easier at the high school level compared to the college level at rim finishing?
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say well, it probably was easier just because it's a different level when you're playing against older guys now. But yeah, but at some point, yeah. But it probably wasn't even that.
If you could download a move from any player, current or past, and install it into your own game, what would that move be?
I wouldn't even call it a move, just SGA's way of getting fouled, whatever you call that.
Some people would call it grifting.
Yeah, I need the grifting move.
I mean, with that, like, it's almost, I think it was middle of last season or maybe the season before that, Mark Dagnall, the OKC head coach, had like this rant in front of the media about how SGA leads the NBA in drives,
Yeah.
but he's like middle of the pack in free throws. And like shortly after that, referees started giving SGA respect on those drives. Sometimes it's at the mercy of the officials and them respecting like the star treatment player.
Yeah.
It
could be that. And also he could have just got better over time.
Yes.
With how to draw fouls.
Why is that what you would want to take?
That's 8 free throws. That's 8 free points a game. Why would I want that?
You're like a 90% free throw guy, right?
I can make it 100 if I'm only shooting 8.
Well, getting in a rhythm over the game, that percentage goes up?
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just, you just added 8 points with nobody guarding you. Now just think about the shots you make. Now just think if it's a night where you shot 20 shots, but you made 15 plus the 8 free throws that you shot. It looks a lot better than you having to go try to make 9 shots and you done shot 20.
So you like watching the Thunder?
Yeah, I was watching them the other night with Denver. I think it was like game 2. It was game 3. It was one of the games. They were playing super fast. Like fast, that's as fast as I ever seen a team play.
Mm-hmm. What do you like watching about them?
Really just the speed. Like I was watching Denver trying to keep up with the same tempo and same pace. It was just turnover after turnover, and that was just making it worse.
Denver wants to slow it down.
Yeah,
it's like these different types of styles of play going at each other.
I don't even know what they probably do with Nikola, but shoot, they have to slow it down with OKC. It's not. I don't like gonna keep running up and down with them and win.
Who are some other teams you like to watch in the NBA?
the Celtics, just like their philosophy with all the 3-pointers. And then they have great players, like just their team in general, just watching all the guards from Drew to Tatum Brown, and then Derek White.
I
You got
mean,
Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench. It's just a lot of great talent.
I mean, like, it's too bad with the Tatum injury. I
Yeah,
mean,
most
like,
definitely.
dude was having one of the best playoff games of his whole career, and then that
Facts.
unfortunately happens. And I mean, it's like, it's crazy, like, how quickly like windows can shut. It's
Yeah.
like Boston, obviously they had a lot of winning the last 7-8 years, going
Mhm.
back to like when you're like 12 years old. It's like Isaiah Thomas is still
Yeah,
there,
was
right?
still there.
Like rookie Tatum, right?
Yeah.
But you know, they've been winning a long time, and then they finally get a title, and it's like, well, maybe they'll go back to back. And I don't know. It's like it really puts into perspective like how like you got to take advantage of the time
For
when
sure.
it's there. Do you feel that kind of like in your own life where you're like, oh my God, I'm here at the combine. I gotta put my all into this and put everything I have into this opportunity I have.
Not even. It's just like that was automatic. Just putting my all into it, doing the best I could, just because it was a dream of mine, and just because this is like my job. That was just the automatic for me. Me just being here is just soaking up the experience of being here for sure, while still trying to enjoy it, but still compete and have fun.
Now you mentioned that you like the Celtics style with a
Yeah.
lot of threes.
Mhm.
Do you like value analytics? Like, do you use numbers at all? Because that's what drives their style with the threes and layups.
Nah, I don't really look into it because I'm not against it, but my game, if you looked at my game, you think it was against it because of how many mid-range shots I shoot, and they don't like that. But I was telling somebody the other day, like, it's either if they're hitting, they'll blow you out. If they're not, it's a close game. If you're good with that, then shoot, I'm good with it then.
Do you think, I mean, like, you know, there's certain teams that want to play
Yeah.
more like that. If you get drafted to a team, they're like, hey, Trey, like, save the mid range just for the end of the clock, and that's it. Other than that, we want threes and layups. Like, do you feel like you're ready to adapt to that type of style?
Yeah, as long as I get it when there's 6 seconds to the clock and I go shoot one.
Because you want those mid range attempts sometimes, right?
Shoot, it's a good shot if you work on it, I say.
Yeah.
Like, if you practice it and perfect it, shoot, some of the greats at the best mid-range. So
That's the truth.
yeah, so if
The
you
mid
work on
range
it
still
over,
matters.
yeah, if you work on it over time, you perfect it, I feel like it's a good shot.
Talk about SGA. I mean, like, he
Yeah.
is the king of the mid range right now. He's like 50% shooter from mid range.
Yeah,
That's a good shot.
it's a great shot.
It's a good shot anytime on the shot clock, right?
I
Later.
wouldn't say any time. If you shoot in the mid-range early,
Well,
they might look at you crazy.
Sure, yeah. But, you know, the numbers is what
Yeah.
I mean. Like 50%, if you're going to shoot that with 16 seconds on the shot clock, maybe it ends up your best shot
Yeah,
in the possession, because sometimes teams can overpass.
yeah,
hunting
most
for
definitely,
threes, right?
Yeah,
Like, you see that,
I've
right?
seen that a few times, or shoot a bad shot because they got the first three. Yeah, it's a lot of different things they'll do for a 3-pointer.
What 2K rating would you give yourself right now as a rookie?
It's probably gonna be something low. I just don't know if I want to see it under like 75, 74. If it go under there, okay.
It can go up.
It can go up over time, but I'm a 70.
Oh, do you ever make yourself in 2K? Do you play 2K?
Nah, I don't really play the game like that for real. So somebody had to tell me what my rating was.
Do you play any games?
I don't play the game at all.
What do you do besides basketball?
Something basketball related, or
Really?
yeah.
Like, do you watch movies, TV,
depends.
music?
I listen to music.
You walked in with headphones. What were you listening to?
I listen to one of my teammates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, one of my teammates make music.
They make music?
Yeah.
You don't listen, like, you listen to your teammate. You don't listen to someone who everybody knows.
I do. I listen to V's, Lucky, J. Cole, a few different guys.
Who's your teammate that makes music?
DP.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does he make? Smooth jazz?
Nah, he might get into it one day.
Okay. Yeah.
Nah, he's real good. He's versatile. Do a lot of different things.
Is there anything that you listen to that would surprise people?
Probably my teammate. Yeah.
What types of music? Like any genres? Like classic rock? Or you
I listen to a little bit of R&B. I heard a few jazz songs. Nah, jazz. I used to have a teammate. I don't want to butcher where he's from, so I'm not even gonna say it. But he's not from the States, but he listened to a lot of jazz music, and like he was my roommate on Team Griffin for a little while, and he used to listen to a lot of jazz music, and that was kind of weird, but it was also good though. Like, it was good music actually, but no lyrics.
So you don't really watch TV, movies, nothing?
Nah, not too much.
No.
My favorite,
Do you
my favorite TV show.
Like nature, go for walks, anything like that? No.
I just worked out all day.
He's in the gym.
Just finna go for a walk. Nah, I might if it's an off day, I'll do something like that. But throughout the week, no, I'm not going on no walk.
You were gonna say your favorite show?
Shameless.
Okay, Shameless. Okay,
Yeah.
What channel is that on? I don't think I've ever seen
Netflix. You ain't never seen Shameless?
I don't think I have. I couldn't tell you what it's about.
You gotta watch.
How about like reality TV? You like watch trash TV at all? No.
Reality TV.
I don't know, like Bachelor.
They call it reality, but it's fake. Like,
that's true. You're not wrong. How about Catfish? The show Catfish. It shows like that.
Yeah, I seen episodes of it. Like my favorite, like so-called reality show. I used to watch when I was younger. I watched it when I was super young, but I shouldn't watched it. It was Jersey Shore. I watched it like before they started playing it back. I watched it when it's actually going on.
With let's say your team needs to get a stop and you're on the floor. Past or present NBA players, which 4 guys are you picking to get that stop on defense?
To get a stop?
To get a stop.
Who we going against?
I mean, let's go with OKC.
We going against
OKC, so you can't.
You just want one stop?
You just want one stop.
One missed shot.
Well, it's a last second of the game, or let's give 10 seconds left of the shot on the game in the fourth quarter. OKC's got the ball down 1.
Okay.
Down 1, 10 seconds left, and you guys need to get a stop. Who are you drafting for your team?
This easy. We gonna go. I'm on the team. We gonna go Gary. We gonna go Gary Payton. Me, Tony Allen. Who else we gonna go with? Jaden McDaniels. 5 man. And Shaq. Yeah, he known for offense, but who can go in the paint and try that? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, like Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren will bounce off of him.
Yeah, no, we're not even worried about just making sure the guards don't drive down there.
That's true, and that's exactly the priority is stopping SGA or J-Dub.
Yeah, but I don't know if Gary Payton guard without fouling.
Let's say it's they get the bucket and there's 3 seconds left in the clock. Who's subbing into the game with you? Who are your teammates? Now you need a bucket.
That's just gonna maybe go shoot with our defenders. All time. We need a bucket.
Yeah. Of course, you're getting the ball. So
are we in the ball?
I don't know. I mean, you might not get the ball. It's your.
Shoot, I'm making a team to get the ball.
Yeah, it's your dream.
Put facilitators on the court. Mm-hmm. Shoot, I'll shoot the shot there. We put Jokic at the 5. Jokic at the 5. Who we go to the 1? Shoot, we go Steve Nash at the 1. I'm at 2. Who we go at 3? Who's a good 3 man? We'll go Pippen at 3. Just to space the floor.
Okay.
Just a little different. Just a little different. Like he'll cut or something if I get he'll just do something you wouldn't think that'll help winning. We'll go to the 4. Kevin Love, but not the Heat Kevin Love.
Minnesota Kevin Love.
That one.
Yeah, the guy with dominant post player.
Yeah, the one that
could shoot, could do everything back then. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
To be invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you wouldn't be able to see me.
Why do you want to be invisible? So I asked somebody the other day. They said teleportation because I could get to point A to point B and
you're living too fast.
You want to slow things down then.
Yeah. I just want to be not seen.
Be able to walk through a hotel lobby and nobody stop you, right?
Nobody will stop me if I walk through a hotel lobby.
I mean, you're in you're here in Chicago, and there's tons of NBA people.
Nobody will recognize.
Nobody recognizes Tre Johnson?
Not if everybody's talking and I just walk through and mind my own business. Then nobody.
How do you think your life will change once people do start recognizing you?
It depends if they do.
Of course, people are going to recognize you.
I don't think so.
You're going to be a top 5 pick to some franchise, and they're going to be ecstatic about getting Tre Johnson, and they're going to imagine what you can be in your future, and they're going to feel hope, and they're going to see you someday walking down the street.
Yeah.
Like, Tre, let me get an autograph, a photo. Like, that's going to happen.
But then, you got to put it into perspective. That's 4 weeks after the draft before I walk outside.
Oh, they'll forget?
Yeah, they're going to forget. It's not even basketball season yet.
Oh, so you're saying you have a little bit of time.
Yeah, I got some time. Some time.
To be, not invisible, but less visible.
Close enough.
I think that's a good one. What's your weirdest habit?
as much time I spend with myself, probably.
Mhm.
Spending time with myself, I guess. That's probably the weirdest habit.
Why is that a weird habit?
Because most people like to be around people or
Mm.
like to be in the center of something.
You kind of isolate to focus on yourself, you mean? You mean
Not
like
even isolate to focus on myself, something that's naturally happened.
being like, in the gym alone, you mean? That type of thing.
Yeah, it can be that.
Mm-hmm.
Or just in general.
How else?
What do you mean how else?
Yeah, I mean, you said in general. Like, do you
Oh,
journal or something like that?
No, just me being by myself. Like, not with too many friends all the time. Sometimes, though. I like hanging out with my teammates. That's really it. Like, if I'm not with my teammates or nothing like that, I'm by myself.
Like, your teammates become your best friends, essentially. Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
People smack on gum. I don't like that.
Smacking on gum?
Yeah. Like, food is okay sometimes.
Because some food is so good.
Yeah. So it's okay if you get away with it like once or twice. But if you're just with gum and you're just...
Oh, yeah. I imagine, it's like some girl for some reason, like in a movie, like over extreme characters, like that type of thing, right?
Man, you don't know how many people smack on gum.
Oh yeah, I don't chew gum, so not an issue for me. I probably would be a smacker if I did chew gum, though.
You said you would?
I don't chew gum, so I'm just saying I probably would be. I don't know.
Nah, you.
I have no idea. I don't chew gum though.
You wouldn't be.
What's your biggest motivator?
My biggest motivator
for finding success in this career, this path you've chosen?
I feel like I'm my motivation. I motivate myself just because knowing that each day I get a chance to wake up, I can improve. That's probably the motivation. Knowing that I'm not at my ceiling, or I don't know what my ceiling is or what it looks like, so I can just improve every day. That's probably my motivation.
The feeling of improvement.
Yeah. Or chance to improve.
Well, what's like in your past? Obviously, you're always improving. You're just turned 19. Your growth is significant at this point. Was there a moment where you felt improvement, where you're like, okay, like I got a shot. I can be an NBA player. Was there ever kind of that key moment in your life?
I say my freshman year. Like after my freshman year in high school, probably. I knew I had a shot. Knew I had a chance for sure. But growing up, I always thought I had a chance too, though. Even though it was only 60 players getting picked, it still had a chance.
Were you always tall? Yeah,
I was taller than most growing up, and then kind of slowed down, another sped up.
Mm-hmm. I see. So you when you were like, what? When did the dream to become an NBA player actually begin then? Like, how old were you? Or did you always have it?
I always had the dream.
Oh, yeah? Even when you were like 9 years old, 8 years old?
Younger than that, yeah.
Does like someone in your family play basketball?
My dad did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. So he kind of gave and transferred the love and passion for it and determination into me, kind of.
Must be really happy to see you here in Chicago right now, right?
Yeah, he most definitely is.
Mm-hmm. Are you close with your family?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
I see. That's who. Any of them out here with you, or you just come out with your?
No, I'm by myself.
Oh, I see. You just can't. You're isolating, right? You're focused on you right here in Chicago.
It's not even that. It's not even that. My brother has some stuff going on. My brother was playing.
How old's your brother? Older or younger than you?
Younger. I got 2 younger brothers.
Okay, so you're the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. And like, so you said your dad introduced you to basketball. Do you have an earliest basketball memory?
My earliest basketball was probably making my first shot.
Making your first shot.
Yeah.
How old were you then when you made your first shot? Like a little tight hoop, like small.
No, I'm talking about like on the 10-foot goal, actually chunking it up there, making it.
How far back does your memory go?
No. Right? I just can't remember that.
Okay, you just remember that.
I don't remember too much back from then.
What was the feeling of joy or something like that?
Yeah, just making the shot and then telling my dad I made it and he didn't see it and having to make it again.
Was there ever a time like you felt doubted by people for choosing this path? Like, was there anybody that's like, Trey, like, what are you doing?
What path?
This path with basketball.
Oh, you mean like picking up the game?
Like, did anybody ever like doubt you and like fuel that fire even more?
Nah, not really.
No?
Nah, but growing up, I was more of just a shooter. Like I didn't have everything else, just a shooter. So that was kind of like not doubt, but people thought I wouldn't get this far just off of shooting. So I just added everything else, and then everybody could see it.
What do you love most about basketball?
The competition, and then the win. Like, it's no draw in the sport. It's a win or a loss. No tie. I like that.
I mean, I think that shows in your game, man. Like, you're clutching those moments.
Yeah, try to be.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you joining me today, Trey. Best of luck with everything.
For sure. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.